short while ago, I mentioned that I was going to step out and make my videos a bit more controversial in the hopes of increasing the level of viewer engagement and to also increase the number of comments. I think this video will do the trick, as much of what I share today will likely rub many of you the wrong way. For starters, I need to tell you that everything I'm going to discuss is one person's opinion, but I believe it's a learned opinion rooted in fact. Also, I need to tell you I'm certainly not a Rush hater. It's true that they have a few very listenable songs, especially ones that are just instrumentals, but I certainly can't go along with the 2011 Rolling Stone article which indicated that Rush was the all-time greatest prog rock band. I didn't vote in this poll, but honestly, Rush would not have been even in my top 20 list. So what I'm going to talk about today is why Yes was the best prog rock band, and also what my issues are with Rush as a band. I know that Rush's fan base is much more loyal, passionate, large, and even militant than fans of Yes, but that really doesn't matter to me. Recorded music goes back to the late 19th century. This means that a true music fan can listen to music recorded during the last 130 years. And this music was composed during the last 3,500 years. So this also means that a Rush fan can go back to 1969 and listen to Yes's first album called Yes, and then listen to 8 outstanding Yes albums recorded up to 1980, 6 of which were recorded before Rush's first recognized prog rock album, Fly By Night, was released. So Yes was enjoying prog rock success with 6 albums before Rush recorded their first album. Geddy Lee and Neil Peart both cite Yes as major influences, specifically Chris Squire and Bill Bruford. So for me, I much rather go back to the inventor of a certain type of music than to someone who came later and did not really improve on that genre. Let's break it down. Where was a Rick Wakeman in Rush? Where was a Steve Howe? And where was a singer like John Anderson? It's true that Geddy Lee is an amazing bass player, but in my opinion, he doesn't compare to his idol, Chris Squire. And when it comes to Neil Peart versus Bill Bruford, it's a toss-up or a draw because both are amazing but different. Bruford is more experimental and jazzy, while Peart was more precise and deliberate in what he laid down. And when it comes to composition, Yes is a clear winner. If you look at the songs like Roundabout and You and I, The South Side of the Sky, Heart of the Sunrise, Siberian Cut-True, I Seen All Good People, Going for the One, and The Gates of Delirium, and many others, they outstrip Rush's best songs. So here are the points that I want to make. Rush needed a frontman singer, period. Also, they needed a virtuoso keyboard player to really be considered a proper prog rock band. Look at Genesis, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Pink Floyd, Camel, and Caravan from the past, and then Big Big Train, Spock's Beard, Porcupine Tree, and Marillion from more recent times. All had members who played keyboards as their main instrument. While it's true Geddy Lee plays keyboards in the studio, they needed a Rick Wakeman, Keith Emerson, or Tony Banks as a full-fledged member of the band. In terms of influence, Yes cites the Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, folk music, classical music, jazz, and rock as influences. Rush's influences seem to be Led Zeppelin and the founding fathers of Prague, including Yes. Rush's popularity is undeniable, but obviously, or objectively speaking, many fans were likely to be too young to appreciate Yes during their seminal recordings and discovered Rush either firsthand or secondhand in the mid to late 1970s during their formative years. A number of my friends who are 10 or 12 years older or younger than me, are huge Rush fans, probably due to our chronological age differences. And if you stop and think about it, when Rush was really becoming very popular in the late 1970s and early 80s, by this time, all of the founding fathers of prog rock had moved on to different types of music or were trying to do other types of music. So in a way, Rush filled a void that was existing during this time period, and a lot of their fans latched onto them because they were the current music of that era. From the first album, Yes, in 1969 and Ending with Drama in 1980, leaving out Tormato, here are the personnel and the number of the 9 albums they appeared on. John Anderson appeared on 8 of the 9. Chris Squire appeared on all 9. Steve Howe played on 7 of the 9. Bill Bruford 5, and Rick Wakeman 4. But arguably, for their top 3 albums, the Yes album, Fragile, and Close to the Edge, they had the same personnel except for Rick Wakeman, who did not play on the Yes album. Still, with Anderson, Squire, and Howe on all or most of the big 9, they had continuity. Now, a negative on Yes were all the albums they made after 1980, when they ceased to be the band that they were earlier. Rush also experienced a similar fate as their music changed. Well, I think I may have done enough damage with this video, so I look forward to your remarks about some of the points that I made. And as I always say, it'd be great if you could subscribe to my videos, give me a like if you enjoyed what we talked about or at least were intrigued, and I will talk to you later. Take care.